Hey guys, how's it going? Yubel Master here on Dueling Network for part 2 of the ban list special 2, revisiting it. This is the limited list, um, so definitely keep your mind open and let's do this thing. Okay, first limited card, Tsukiyomi. Now this card has been banned for a long time, and I really can't even remember when this card even got banned. But I believe that it is one of the cards, one of the few cards that I believe that can be taken off the ban list. I mean, if you really think about it, its effect isn't that broken. I mean, it's just a Book of Moon. You know, you gotta use your normal summon for it, so I guess use your normal summon to flip a monster uh, face down, and that's fine. I mean, I believe that if we have Grand Mole, we can have Tsukiyomi. That's my opinion. Okay, next card. Injector Hornet. Now, I don't want to kill the injectors like I stated in the previous video, but injectors need to be hit a little bit because they're definitely topping in OCG and they're definitely doing some damage here. So I say that people are saying that are like take out, ban the Hornet and the deck will be fine. But if you ban the Hornet, then you're pretty much killing the deck, you know. Um, Injector Hornet might be one of the cards that I'm reconsidering and might put it at 2. Just because if Injector Hornet is at 1, people will just side in a DD Crow and basically stop the deck. So definitely reconsidering it and definitely thinking about putting it at 2. So keep that in mind when reviewing these ban list videos that I might put that this card might be put to 2. But definitely it makes the Injector players more cautious what they have and with their Hornets. And I mean they pull it out of the graveyard anyway, so you know, just slow it down a bit. Windup Factory. If you watched my previous video, I definitely wanted Windup Factory to 1. I still believe that it should be at 1. You got Gateway at 1. You have, well, you currently, but believe it should be changed. But you have Black Whirlwind at 1. Definitely one of these cards that fuels the hand. It should definitely be at 1, especially in a Windup deck. So just put this card to 1, and I think it'll be fine. Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Like I said in the previous video, I was trying to decide if I wanted to put this card at 2 or and what to do with between this card and Light Pulsar Dragon. But I definitely think that this card should be to 1 because Heretics. Now I did last video, I didn't want to hurt Heretics, but definitely Heretics are going to be a force to reckon with in the next format. So I say we just touch up on it and let's see what they can do before they completely crush everything. Because that OTK with Red Eyes Darkness Metal and a Tomb, and now we're getting the promo card Max Gustav. Definitely think that this card should go to 1. Probably won't. I mean, in my opinion, this card should go to 1, and Light Pulsar should go to 2. But I feel in the back of my mind that's probably going to go the other way around, where Light Pulsar is to 1 and this card to 2. But I guess this is kind of my opinion. You guys have yours, but I definitely think that this card should go to 1 instead of 2, just because of Heretics and Cash Dragons. Okay, next card. Snow. Now, I know that the Dark Worlds aren't topping here, but in OCG they are definitely topping. They're one of the top decks. And if you want to, in my opinion, the Dark Worlds need to be hit. It's another one of those really strong structure decks. And it's people are saying that it's Grappling, but it's definitely Snow. Snow's the Searcher. If you got the Stratos at 1, just put the Snow at 1. You know, people get their own Searchers. So let's just put this card to 1, and let's see what the Dark Worlds can pull off with this card just at 1. Because it's definitely a Searcher card. It's definitely what makes the Dark Worlds so strong. People are saying to limit the field spell, but it's just a field spell. It's not like you could play 3 field spells, you know. It can only be 1 field spell at a time. So, Snow at 1, and slow the deck down. Let's see what we can do. Alright, next card. Drag Down to the Grave. Drag Down into the Grave, my bad. Now, I bet, like, you, me, everybody forgot this card existed until the Dark Worlds brought it back. And definitely since the Dark Worlds are back, and it seems like they're going to be here to stay for a while, let's just bring this card down to 1. With this card at 1, and Mind Crush at 2, I think it'll be fine, and the plays won't be that heinous to the hand, because Konami is not really good on cards that you get to view your opponent's hand. So, look at a Force Sentry and a Trap Dust Shoot. This card, I don't want to. I don't want to ban it, because in the end, it's still a -1 for you if you activate it, but definitely, since Dark Worlds have brought it back, it definitely needs to be limited, and yeah. Next card. Super Poly. Now, this card is very shocking, and it wouldn't be that bad if the Elemental Heroes, the new ones where it's just an Elemental Hero and the Element type, if those cards never existed, this card would never be touched, but since those cards exist, this card definitely needs to be hit. Now, they're about to get the Escurago and the Dark, and now when he comes out, they're gonna have all the types, so they can just snatch your monster off the field with one of their heroes, and basically there's nothing that you can do to stop the heroes. So their heroes are coming back strong. Second top deck in Japan. So definitely hit this card, put it down to 1, and we'll see what happens with it. Next card. Another hit to the Elemental Heroes, but I don't want to hurt them too bad. But definitely, Ecall needs to go down to 1. Elemental Heroes are topping in Japan, like I said, and they're a good deck here. It's kind of not fair that Elemental Heroes get so many Searcher cards. They get Stratos, they get Rhoda, and they get 3 Ecalls. I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think so. So put Ecall down to 1. I never thought in my mind that Ecall would be dropped down to 1, but now definitely seeing Elemental Heroes doing something, which I'm happy to see. But Ecall needs to go down to 1 and slow down the Elemental Heroes, because them searching for Stratos, and Stratos will get you the Prisma or the Alias, and then more Ecalls. It just needs to slow down, definitely. Okay. Mystical Space Typhoon. People who are at Comic Oasis saw this card on my ban list, and they were definitely upset about it being to 1. But this is more of a Konami move. We have Night Beam now, and Konami definitely wants to promote Night Beam. We also got other cards such as Dust Tornado and Twister and Storm, so definitely want to see more of those cards. People are saying that maybe this card should be put down to 2, but I'm going to ask you viewers this. If MST went down to 2, what would you guys do? Because I took a survey, and people told me that they would just run the 2 MSTs and wouldn't bother trying to run anything else, because 2 MSTs is fine. But MST being put down to 1, it definitely would allow more players to play different cards. Because I tell you right now, if MST went down to 1, I'd be busting out my Dust Tornadoes. But if MST goes down to 2, I only run 2 in my deck anyway, so it really doesn't phase me, and it probably wouldn't phase any of you guys. So definitely put this card down to 1 if Konami wants to see other cards played. So that's a Konami card. Zector Sword Zecaliber. Basically, in my list, any card that causes a definite OTK for any deck, I definitely want to put down to 1. I mean, I don't want to kill the OTK. If you can pull it off, good for you. But definitely slow it down. So put this card down to 1, and let's see what the Insectors can do with it, because this causes the OTK with Insectors, and let's just slow it down a bit. So just put this card down to 1. Cold Wave. Now, if you watch my previous videos, I did mention Cold Wave, and I see this card coming back. Definitely because we have hand traps now. Your opponent, you have set cards on the field, and your opponent's going to activate a Cold Wave, so you can counter their Rabbit or their Tour Guide. But if you drop an Effect Veiler, your opponent is pretty much screwed, right? Because you're basically going to summon something next turn and run over that 400 attack, 1000 attack monster that can activate its effect, and there's nothing your opponent can do to defend it, because their spell and trap cards are also stunned. So definitely, due to the hand traps, definitely Effect Veiler makes this card be able to come back, and definitely influence this card. I see this card coming back, and it won't change the game too drastically, but it would make the game a little bit more interesting if this card came back. Okay, next card. Asceticism of the Six Samurai. Now, Six Sams are definitely one of the top tier decks. I know that next format, Six Sams are going to be tier 1. So let's slow them down a bit. Asceticism is the card that definitely allows the 6 Sams to pull out Shin on the first turn. And Shin, not only Shin, but you can pull out Naturia Beast, Naturia Barkion. So let's just slow it down. I mean, um, definitely you can keep your smoke. They can keep their smoke screen at 2 because I can only get it to the hand. But this card summons it to the field, and then they just sync it up on the first turn. Nothing you can do about it, especially if they go first. So put this card down to 1, slow the deck down a bit, and give other people a chance. All right, next card. Final countdown. Now, on my last video, I said ban this card. I think I was a little bit butthurt. Just because I run a slow deck like Yubel, and there's nothing I can do against Final Countdown, because I'm definitely not fast enough to be beating this deck. But I don't want to kill the deck like I stated before, so this card down to 1, make the card a little bit less consistent, because of course they run 3, and then they get it, and then they play it, and then they stall you. So that would put this card down to 1, and let's see what the deck can do, because if they can play this and then stall you, then good for them, once again. It's all about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's influenced by luck. So if they get this and they get you, they're lucky. So, yeah. Next card. Rekindling. Okay. Rekindling should definitely go down to 1, in my opinion. One of these cards, and once again, it's one of those, like, really bad cards that was really made incorrectly, like, really crappily. Special summon as many fire-type monsters in your grave as possible with 200 defense. It's basically, a return from the different dimension from the grave for fire monsters with no cost at all. Definitely causes OTKs when they have 3. Levelos are coming out here, and they're definitely causing havoc in OCG. So let's put this card down to 1, and let's see what the deck can do. But definitely, they just play this card. They summon as many fire monsters. They sync, they play another one. They sync, they play another one. They sync, they sync. Levelo's got that card. I forgot what his name is. It's kind of like Bionic for Levelo, so basically they return 2 Levelo monsters back to the deck and bounce a card back to your hand. So definitely with that card, that can definitely cause an OTK on you. So definitely put this card down to 1, and let's see what the deck can do. Alright, next card. Sinister Serpent. Now, right now, you believe that Bionic might be a problem with Sinister Serpent, and I would agree, but I'm just going to give you a hint right now. Bionic is on my ban list for the next video tomorrow, so Sinister Serpent isn't that bad. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. What would Sinister Serpent really do? It would make Synchros a little bit better, it would make Heroes a little bit better, and it would definitely allow cards that haven't been played in a while to definitely see some light. I mean, let's get some Regeki Break on. Let's get some Lightning Vortex. Yeah, so Sinister Serpent, I see it coming back. It was just one of those cards that got hit in the Chaos format, and definitely I see this card coming back. So, yeah. Ultimate Offering. Once again, another one of these cards that's not really made that well. After I made this ban list, but definitely, if you check it out, Mega Capital G, he goes over this card, and yes, this card is pretty much broken. I don't want to kill the decks, but gadgets are using this deck out crazy. It's causing havoc in OCG. I haven't really seen it here, but definitely causing havoc in OCG with gadgets. With gadgets, I mean, you guys can put 2 plus 2 together. This card is pretty crazy when it comes to that, because it's not like this card is. This card is. I don't think it's ever been played. I haven't seen it played defensively, but if this card is activated for gadgets, they're definitely going for an OTK to finish you. So definitely this card needs to put down to 1 to make it a little bit less consistent. Don't want to kill the gadgets plan, but this card definitely needs to go down to 1, and it's definitely due to Xyz. So definitely to 1. Next card. Spore. I want to see Spore come back. I want to give the plant decks 1 Spore. I want to see what they can do. I don't want the plant decks to be like they were before, but I don't want to kill the deck to be killed and stay dead like it is currently. So let's give them 1 Spore and let's see what they can do. The card is not as splashable as Glow Up Bulb, which is definitely the reason why I didn't pick Glow Bulb, because Glow Bulb is just so splashable. But Spore is definitely not as splashable anymore. So let's definitely just put Glow Bulb to 1 for the plant decks, and let's see what they can do with it. Alright, next card. Demock. I definitely feel that Demock will be the special card off the ban list. BLS was the card taken off the ban list, and the only reason why is because Konami reprinted it, and they haven't reprinted it before. So they printed it as gold rare, so people would buy it. So they took it off the list, so people would play the gold rare card. So this card also got reprinted, and Konami is definitely going to be making some money off of this card. Um, it's to promote their new spellbook cards, so definitely seeing DMOC coming off the list just for the special card. And I feel like if if Blackluster goes back on the list, DMOC can come back. But definitely some cards need to be banned if DMOC comes off, and you would definitely see those cards tomorrow. So before you jump on my case about DMOC coming off and some cards being completely broken, I'm gonna tell you right now, some cards will be banned because of DMOC. That cards that should be banned, and they might get banned, but due to DMOC coming off the list, they're most definitely banned. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's video. Definitely watch all 3 parts before you sit down and judge my ban list, but definitely get ready for this card. Next card, Loggia. People are saying the Dino Rabbit's Dino Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit's a problem in the Dino Rabbit deck, but no, it's definitely Loggia. So putting Rabbit to 2 and Loggia to 1 would slow down the deck, but it won't kill it. It still make the deck playable. So definitely, this card is what makes the freaking Dino Rabbits the freaking Dino Rabbit. So definitely put this card down to 1, and let's see what the Dino Rabbits can pull off. Don't kill the deck, but just slow it down. Like I said, this is what the ban list does. Naturia Beast and Naturia Barkion. Once again, another card that gets hit by the 6 Sams when they really had nothing to do with the 6 Sams. And it's really all their fault. 6 Sams, they be killing it. They can pull with a Gateway, and definitely Gateway. If they pull off Gateway first turn, you might as well just scoop, because they're gonna summon so many 6 Samurais and they're gonna sink. I definitely dueled a 6 Sam deck on the first turn. He had the Gateway, he played it, and he played so many 6 Sams and synced it up. He summoned Naturia Beast, Barkion, and Shen all on the first turn. The first turn of the duel, and basically I lost. If they get Gateway, it's basically a good game. I don't want to kill these cards because I definitely want to see Naturias do something with it, but these cards have to be limited. I mean, they only play 1 anyway, but definitely limited anyway. So if you do get the chance to get these off the field, definitely just see what the 6 hands can do, and make sure that they don't rely on just summoning 2 or 3 more of these guys to win the duel. That if they pull it off, good, but definitely I see there's a possibility to stop it. This one's not the attack barrier, this one is the attack barrier, so I see them being stoppable, but them pulling out on the first turn, it's kind of difficult. But if you do get off the field, I don't think it's fair that they should be able to summon another one and another one. Definitely just put it at 1, and because the 6 Sams are killing it. They killed Rhoda, and I feel like they killed these 2 cards too, so definitely put them back at 1. Next card. Tomb, like I said, Heroctics are going to be hitting it up. They are getting their promo card of Max Gustav, and definitely this card is one of the key cards that will be causing that OTK with Max Gustav. So let's put this card down to 1, and let's see what the Heroctics can do besides the OTK. But I know they can definitely do damage with this card. So let's put this card down to 1, slow down the Heroctics, and let's make the game a little bit funner for everybody. Because OTKs are no fun for anybody. No one likes them. If they get pulled off, good, great, good, congratulations. But when the deck is constantly pulling off OTKs, then it's no fun to duel, and it's really no fun to play. So let's just make the Heroctics a little bit slower. Just put this card down to 1. Alright. Last card for the video. Levier the Sea Dragon. Definitely this card needs to go down to 1. It's one of those cards that can reach into remove from play. So there's pretty much nothing you can do to pretty much stop some of the decks. Inzectors, you think that you got that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. You think that you got that Hornet removed from play, or that Rabbit removed from play, but no, that card grabs it and brings it back, and then they can go again. So definitely put that card down to 1 and slow down the top meta decks with it, because right now that card is definitely the reason why some of the decks are topping. Definitely Inzectors are changing it up with that card, and I see Downright was changing it up too. So definitely put that card down to 1, and let's see what they can do it. Alright, I'm sorry that it timed out due to inactivity, but I thought I was being pretty active, but I guess I wasn't clicking or doing anything or searching anything, so definitely can see why they put me for inactivity. But this was the limited list. like I said before, you definitely judge me on this ban list. Definitely watch all 3 parts and then soak it all in, and then I would definitely realize that you guys will realize that this ban list is an eye opener and that this is a fair ban list. For you few people who watch my Isaac and Happy Wheels videos as of late, I decided that I'm gonna stop those videos for now. I just feel like I don't have enough subscribers and I don't have enough views on them, and it's not really worth my time right now. So once I get a few more viewers and more subscribers, I'll definitely come back with them if you guys want. So like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.